Take a look at this animation. Over here, a very simple experiment is being performed. We are holding a steel bar with our hand and bringing a magnet end to end with this steel bar. Now this magnet is being brought close to the steel bar but not being touched with it. Some nails are kept on the other end of the steel bar. Now you will find that when the magnet is not brought near, the nails are lying as they are. But when the magnet is brought near the steel bar, the nails are getting attracted by the steel bar. Now why is this happening? Clearly the steel bar is not a magnet, but when a magnet is being brought close to the steel bar, instead of coming towards the magnet, the nails are getting attracted by the steel bar, but not the magnet. So let us try to understand what is happening and take another example. Over here you will find that iron paper clips are being attracted by the magnet we are considering. Now notice what happens when the first paper clip is attracted. Once the first clip is attracted, it is able to attract the second clip, the third clip, and so on until a chain of paper clips has been formed. Now how do you think that a chain is being forming where only the magnet is present at the end of the first clip? That is, as you can see, the magnet is not present at the end of all the clips, but only the first clip. So how is it that the chain is forming? Let us study what is happening in greater detail. Now we found that an iron paper clip is able to attract another iron paper clip. The iron paper clip is so acquiring the magnetic properties. Now when we are considering one paper clip, we find that when the magnet is placed near it, it is getting attracted to the magnet. But when another paper clip is being attracted, why is it so? Because the magnet is present only here and not here. So we can say that the iron paper clip, this one, is acquiring magnetic properties due to the presence of a magnet near it. Now over here you will find that the north pole of the magnet is causing the formation of a south pole on the iron paper clip and a north pole at the far end. So a south pole is being formed at the near end and the north pole at the farther end. And this process is continued for all the other paper clips. That is, when this paper clip attracts the other paper clip, a south pole is formed at the near end and a north pole at the far end. So we find that opposite pole formation takes place at the nearer end of the iron paper clip and same pole formation at the farther end. So this is why the iron paper clip is attracted towards the magnet, and this is because unlike poles attract one another, and this process is repeated for all the other paper clips. So this picture will help you understand the thing better. This north pole is causing a south pole formation at the nearer end and north pole at the farther end. Similarly, when this paper clip attracts another paper clip, there is a north pole on this clip. So it causes a south pole formation at the nearer end, north pole at the farther end. When this clip has to pick up this clip by attraction, it will cause a south formation at the nearer end and a north pole formation at the farther end, and in this way the chain formation continues. Now this is not applicable in case of any substance. As you can see, when magnet is being placed near bits and pieces of wood, the pieces of wood are not being attracted. Why? Because wood is a non-magnetic material, whereas the iron paper clips were magnetic materials. So this process takes place only in magnetic materials. This process is known as magnetic induction. So what is magnetic induction? Magnetic induction is defined as the magnetism acquired by a magnetic material when it is kept near or in contact with a magnet, and that is known as magnetic induction. So there are three things to remember. Firstly, it is the magnetism acquired by a magnetic material. Secondly, it can be kept near the substance, or thirdly, it can also be kept in contact, as we saw in the different cases of the steel bar held and the iron paper clip. So this process is known as magnetic induction. Now notice what happens when the first paper clip is taken away. The moment we are taking away the first paper clip that was responsible for the chain formation, we find all the paper clips crumble and fall down. Why? Because then the magnet is no more present in between these two clips. So what can we say? We can say that the magnetic induction or the magnetic properties which these paper clips had acquired is only temporary. Or in other words, magnetic induction is a temporary effect. So we find that magnetism acquired by induction is temporary. And the moment we are taking away the first clip, we are removing or breaking the chain. So the entire thing is crumbling. Notice that if the last paper clip was taken away, it wouldn't have affected the chain in any way. But because the chain formation is beginning at the first clip, taking it away makes the chain crumble. Now, do you think this chain formation can go on forever, no matter how many paper clips we add? Over here you will find that after a certain point, the chain formation does not continue. One paper clip is picked up, and the second, and the third, and then the fourth. But when the fifth one is about to be picked up, the moment it rises from the surface, it crumbles and falls. So let us see why this happens. Over here, the paper clips are being held up by a magnetic force of attraction. Now, since we are considering only one magnet, this upward magnetic force of attraction remains constant. Now, all these paper clips, since it occupies a certain space, will have a weight. Now, this weight is due to the gravitational pull of the earth, and the weight acts in the downward direction. So, the moment we go on adding more and more paper clips, what happens? The weight of this particular chain increases. So the weight of one paper clip will obviously be less than 2, which will in turn be less than 3. So the chain formation takes place for as long as the weight of the chain is less than the force of attraction. Now the moment weight exceeds the magnetic force of attraction, it means that the downward force becomes greater than the upward force, and the net force becomes in the downward direction. So as a result, the magnet is not strong enough to hold up all these paper clips in a chain. Thus, the paper clips crumble and the chain breaks.